He has spent a lifetime being trained to preserve tradition, yet now, Prince William is quietly preparing to break it. Behind the polished speeches and diplomatic smiles, the Prince of Wales is shaping a vision that could transform the monarchy as Britain knows it. The future king isn't just thinking about continuity anymore, he's thinking about change. And for the first time, he's admitted it publicly. In his recent conversation with Canadian actor Eugene Levy, filmed inside the walls of Windsor Castle for the reluctant traveller on Apple TV+, William let the mask of royal reserve slip, revealing an ambition that few expected. "Change is on my agenda," he said plainly. "Change for good. And I embrace that. I enjoy that change. I don't fear it." It was a moment that felt less like small talk and more like a royal declaration. Because when a future king starts using words like change and agenda in the same sentence, it signals more than sentiment, it hints at a plan. The heir who wants to rewrite the script. William, often described as the monarchy's cautious custodian, has never been one to speak in riddles. His words tend to be measured, deliberate, and grounded in the safe vocabulary of duty. But this time, he was bold. He spoke not as the obedient son of a monarch, but as a man already envisioning his own reign, and quietly testing the limits of royal convention. He told Levy that while he respects tradition, he's ready to question whether it is still fit for purpose today. To royal historians, this was the most striking phrase of all. It wasn't defiance, but it was unmistakably a challenge. For centuries, the British monarchy has existed as a paradox, rigid in protocol, yet surviving by slow adaptation. William, it seems, intends to accelerate that evolution. Not his father's heir. Comparisons between King Charles III and his eldest son have always been inevitable. Charles spent decades as a passionate reformer, voicing his opinions on architecture, urban design, and climate change, often to the frustration of his critics. But since ascending the throne, Charles has been markedly restrained, determined to prove himself a neutral, constitutional monarch. William, by contrast, has taken the opposite route, silent in youth, but finding his voice in middle age. Royal historian Carolyn Harris observes that while Charles was an outspoken Prince of Wales, who became a cautious innovator as king, William may be a cautious Prince of Wales, who will become a vocal advocate for change as king. Already, subtle signs of this shift are emerging. The prince's focus on modern mental health initiatives, homelessness, environmental sustainability, and technology-driven philanthropy points toward a more pragmatic, socially conscious royal identity. He wants a monarchy that works, not just one that reigns. A father and a king. For all the speculation about father-son tensions, insiders insist the relationship between Charles and William is largely respectful, though not without friction. They share a common vision of a slimmer, more accountable monarchy, says constitutional expert Craig Prescott. But the younger generation is often bolder, more impatient. William isn't content to preserve the crown, he wants to refine it. Still, tension between monarch and heir is practically written into royal DNA. From Queen Victoria and her son Edward VII, to George VI and Elizabeth II, every generation has grappled with this uneasy dynamic, one monarch ruling, the next waiting in the wings, both aware that time will decide which vision prevails. For Charles and William, the struggle is not personal, it's philosophical. Charles's reign is defined by caution, William's will likely be defined by correction. Recent whispers of friction in the press, stories suggesting Charles resents his son's lighter workload, or more modern lifestyle, may be exaggerated. Yet they reveal an undercurrent of unease. Two kings, one throne, and very different clocks. Charles governs in the shadow of history, William governs in the glow of tomorrow. The new Windsors. William's idea of modernization isn't about rebellion, it's about relevance. He sees the monarchy as something that must earn its place in public life, not assume it. His approach is already visible in how he and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, raise their children. He's determined that Prince George's upbringing will not repeat the mistakes of his own and Harry's, the emotional distance, the media pressure, the gilded isolation. "I want to create a world my son can be proud of," William told Levi. "A world and a job that actually impact people's lives for the better. But I hope we don't go back to some of the practices in the past that Harry and I had to grow up in." It was a rare moment of honesty, and a thinly veiled reference to the pain of his own childhood. The scandals, the paparazzi chases, the family fractures, William doesn't want his children to inherit that chaos. And behind those words lay a deeper truth. He is consciously steering the royal family toward normalcy, even if that means breaking from the very traditions that define it. A monarchy in transition. It's no secret that public support for the monarchy has weakened among younger generations. Polls show that while many still admire William and Kate, fewer see the institution itself as essential. William knows this, and it haunts him. His mission, then, is clear: to make the monarchy matter. He wants it leaner, more efficient, more engaged with real-world problems, not locked in gilded isolation. Projects like Homewards, which focuses on ending homelessness, or his Earthshot environmental initiative, are designed not merely as royal gestures, but as templates for global change. Change for good, he told Levi, and he meant it. But change in monarchy never comes without risk. Every modernizing monarch walks a razor's edge between evolution and erosion. Too slow, and the crown looks out of touch; too fast, and it loses its mystique. That's why William's tone matters. "Not overly radical," he said. The words of a man who knows that revolution and ruin often share the same first letter. The future king's balancing act. William's greatest challenge may not come from politicians or public critics, but from within his own institution. The royal household, vast, traditional, and fiercely resistant to disruption, has always been the silent gatekeeper of change. Every new generation of royals inherits not only titles and estates, but entrenched attitudes and bureaucratic caution. To truly modernize, William will have to face the same invisible battle that consumed his father for decades: the fight between innovation and inertia. Yet, unlike Charles, William has the advantage of timing. He is ascending at a moment when the monarchy's survival depends on transformation. He knows that the crown's legitimacy now rests not on divine right, but public approval. That's why he smiles wider, speaks plainer, and allows moments of vulnerability. He's building not a fortress, but a bridge. The King Who Waits. As William and Levi sipped cider together in a Windsor pub, a casual moment that would have been unthinkable for monarchs of the past, it was clear the heir's tone has shifted. He's not the stiff, guarded figure of early royal appearances. He's warmer now, more candid, even self-deprecating. It's deliberate. Every word, every gesture, every carefully managed conversation like this one is part of a long game, one that aims to make the crown feel human again. Life is sent to test us, he reflected. And being able to overcome, that is what makes us who we are. The message was clear: this is a man who has endured storms, scandal, loss, betrayal, and learned from them. The monarchy he inherits will not be the one his grandmother ruled, nor even the one his father is trying to preserve. It will be smaller, simpler, and more self-aware, but still unmistakably royal. The dawn of William's monarchy. If Charles's reign is one of preservation, William's will be one of adaptation. He is already signaling what his crown will represent: transparency over secrecy, connection over ceremony, empathy over entitlement. A royal family that listens, acts, and admits its flaws, rather than pretending it has none. Not a revolution, but a recalibration. When Levi asked how he envisions the monarchy's future, William smiled. "Change excites me," he said again. "It's the good kind of change." And in that quiet moment, between the pint glasses and the laughter, he might as well have been describing the next chapter of royal history. Because the next king of Britain will not inherit the crown in silence, he'll reshape it. And when he does, it won't be with thunder or rebellion. It will be with calm precision, the same steadiness that once made a cautious prince into a confident king. Change is coming to the monarchy. And this time, it's wearing a Windsor smile.